Hello everyone, you might not expect it, but it's FE7 Intended Ranks Hector Mode, Chapter 22, Kinship's Bond, one of the best maps in the game. Super curious how this is going to be tackled. It's supposed to be a boss kill map, but something about the video length told me that it's not just a boss kill map, it can also be a defend map.
Yeah, that's accurate. The same as with the boat map, in a normal ranked run, you'd probably want to make this a boss kill map so that you can save some turns. But here, turns are free enough that grinding EXP is more important to me.
Yeah, and there's so much to do. I'm sure you'll spend all these, what is it, 11? Yeah, 11 turns wisely.
11 turns.
I know we talked last time about how you really want to train your lords at this point, like Elwood and Lynn especially, considering that the deadline for 4th ranked offense is coming up. But I was very surprised to see you brought another low-level sword unit to this chapter, Hingi.
Yeah, which may or may not be the best of ideas because everyone has Reaver weapons. I just need excuses to find places to train Gi. That's about the reasoning here. Sometimes you have to bring units to maps where they're not 100% suited because there aren't maps where they're 100% suited, and that really goes for any sword lock unit this game, honestly.
Yeah, you probably picked a good one here though, because this is the map where all the enemies have Reavers, like you said, but the most common enemy type is usually Lances, so if you're gonna find a map with Reavers, so that the Lances are actually bad against us, then maybe this is the map where it fits the best. Of course, there's also a lot of fighters with Sword Reavers.
Yeah, that's the kind of trade-off there.
Did anyone tell Hector that he's in the way for this door to be opened by your thief?
He's got a door key. This strategy is not mine. It was stolen from Melf, whose ranked run I've mentioned before is the inspiration for me to get into ranked running. It's an elegant way of getting both Hector and Legault over there to the left, as well as getting Ninian in range to help them out next turn.
Oh, that makes. I mean,
oh right, no, never mind. He doesn't have a door key. The other enemy has a door key.
Yeah, I feel like if he had a door key, he would have used it with Ninian's help because he had an extra turn there.
Right.
And I think you put Isadora and Marcus in positions I've never seen him before. Usually they either help rescue drop someone to the left or the right. I've never seen him just sit in the center and take on a bunch of armor knights.
This is because they're needed next turn to assist Hector. This wouldn't be the case if Hector could have killed the Wyvern, but mine missed.
Well,
so
it's Reaver. What do you expect?
Yeah, I know, exactly. It's not exactly a guaranteed shot, but if Hector does get lucky and kill the Wyvern, then, you know, he's fine. But someone needs to kill the Wyvern so that the rest of this chapter can go off the way it's intended to. Or at least the rest of this turn.
Wouldn't it make more sense to use someone else than Hector to open the door, maybe use a Wormslayer to kill the Wyvern?
It's not about opening the door, it's about talking to Heath.
Oh, true, but you could use Elwood or Lynn there. I mean, it's not Lynn because she has to go to Rat on the upper right.
Yeah, I could have used Elwood though. But I didn't think about changing the strat to do that. Oh no, because Hector has to hand axe that guy.
I see.
Elwood can't do that.
Yeah, that portion of the map is always a little bit tricky because depending on what you do, what the enemy does changes a lot as well. Like there's Heath as a javelin, so if you do the turn later, that can get messy. You can miss with your reverse. The NPCs can get in the way if the tile is open at the end of their turn. So
yes.
As long as you figure out some way, I'm not going to criticize it too harshly. That's a lot of us curious.
I was planning to have both Isadora and Marcus help out with this, but then Isadora got a lucky crit.
Oh.
So.
Oh, there you go. Now Legault gets to come in and use that Wormslayer that I telegraphed. And I guess you get the turn to Heath recruit. You can also, from what I experienced, you can also have Heath bait him to go south, and then he just recruit him on your way to the boss. And you
okay, I've never tried that one before.
It feels counterintuitive because he tends to go well where he did. But
in this case, why did I look at his inventory? What am I doing?
That's a good question. I don't know. I guess you're trying.
Anyway, I wish I could have kept Heath here to kill the fighter, but Hector will die if he stays where he is. So I need to actually rescue drop him. Is the first thing that Heath does.
Yeah, you got wrecked by the Axe Reaver, I assume.
Yes, I did.
Sucks. I think this guy's Armor Slayer, I want to say this is like the only enemy in this chapter that doesn't have a Reaver weapon equipped, so he can drop this Armor Slayer for you.
And you gotta make sure the green units don't kill him, because otherwise they'll get the Armor Slayer.
Yeah, well, I think they don't even get the Armor Slayer technically, it just disappears.
Well, they don't, but it disappears, yeah.
If they did, it would be really cool to have like a cursed screenshot of an NPC holding like 4 droppable items, the way you can have Phantoms pick up items in Desert in FE8.
Yeah.
I need to do that at one point. Have like a Phantom with 4 droppable items.
Right, because they get the items.
Yeah, they get the
That's
items.
right.
Just their player control.
I forgot about
They
that.
just freaking die.
Okay. That would be very cursed screenshot. I love it.
Okay,
One of the few places where Manicotti is actually useful against knights.
yeah, if you have, I think it's Lowen holding a lance blocking all the fighters, then it's hunting season for Lyn and Eliwood.
Yeah. That is the plan here. That's why Lowen's over there.
Oh, there you go. Now we can commentate on it.
Yeah, he's a good choice to sit over there and block off the enemies.
Yeah, I think your Kent would have killed them probably, and Sane definitely would. Plus he's level capped. And
yeah.
Not a whole lot of other units you could have in that place. I assume Osmond just doesn't have the mobility to reach that in time.
I could have used Osmond, theoretically, but I don't have anyone to really rescue drop him with since Marcus and Isadora were both... Well, at least Isadora was, preoccupied.
Yeah, I'm not even sure, honestly, if Isadora can rescue Osmond.
Yeah, actually,
really
that's true too.
Definitely cannot if he's promoted, but that goes for like half the crew. Yo, let's go, Wrath. Speaking of the new units, I'm assuming that Wrath is like a godsend because he is under-leveled but still competent enough to get kills, like we've gone over before with some other units. And so is Heath. And then Isadora's like, oh god, why don't you get XP faster?
Yeah, Isadora does show up in a couple maps coming up. So you'll probably be pleased to see that.
Yes, my wife will. Exactly.
Yeah, I try not to use the pre-promotes too frequently because of the fact that literally I just need to grind EXP on not pre-promoting units.
Yeah, because she's not one of those people who has to reach 20. Like, she just needs to satisfy EXP requirements.
Right, exactly. So, in this case, I just need to find, or she shows up in places where I feel like I need a promoting unit for whatever reason, or where I need, 8 movement, or whatever the case may be.
I forgot how disgustingly strong her Lyn is with 12 strength.
Yeah. This is what you get when you do that Lyn mode strategy. I recommend it to everyone at least once. It's funny.
Yeah, I keep thinking about saying how cracked he is, but I overlooked how strong the rest gets as well.
Yeah. Mostly Florina and Lyn. Everyone else doesn't get, any experience.
And then, rounding out the deployments, because might as well. Canas is here, because he's got to grind to 20 still. Scylla,
yep.
Or, you got to deploy at least one healer. Might as well use one of that as a mount right now.
Eliwood and Lyn you have no choice on. Originally, Rebecca was going to come over Lucius, but in practice, Rebecca hit her level requirement on Dragon's Gate.
Oh.
So it's just like, okay, I'll just send Lucius instead. That might make things a little easier. And it does, because, bows are still not the best weapon type, and Lucius hitting on res is great for a lot of these enemies.
And when you say Rebecca hit a level requirement, what you mean is she has enough levels to where she'll get to 20 with the remaining chapters. She doesn't need to be in this one, right? Because she's not 20 yet.
No, she's not. No, what I meant is, I wrote down the levels I wanted every unit to gain on every chapter. And if they, surpass that number, then I would feel comfortable benching them on another chapter if there was another unit I wanted to train. And that kind of flexibility also helped, in the case where it's one unit was one level below where I expected them to be. But if another unit was above, then maybe I could have just deployed the one that was below instead, and make up that experience there. That was basically my thought process going into this.
Yeah, that makes sense. It looks like you got the thief trapped in the treasure room with gold. I didn't see. Did you steal a lockpick already? Okay, well, we'll see depending on what that thief does. If he sits still and does nothing, I think the lockpick has been stolen. He usually goes for the Brave Axe chest first anyway, so you can grab that and kill him before he gets the gold chest, which I don't think you can afford to let go. Yeah, you need that. And I think Priscilla and Ninian are on the way to the secret shop in the upper left.
Stop killing my enemies.
No, Wrath, you're not recruited yet. I mean, Wrath already killed an enemy before he got recruited in Lyn mode as well, so it's in character.
True, he did. Don't you love how many enemies are on this map? Okay, yeah, he stood still. But I need to get him out of the way.
Yes. Which, fortunately, Heath, I think, always gets the attribute for KO, because right now he was one overkill. So. I think it may be in normal mode. There's no guarantee, because I remember in draft races, sometimes he doesn't get the O code, it's very frustrating.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, this is always awkward with this spot. If you don't have enough, if you just have to choke the points, these units can't, like Isadora, I think, cannot retreat back to kill the mage, because she has to choke the point, or else more enemies will come in.
Correct.
Which sucks. Alright, Wrath, time to get some XP for us instead.
I've got an iron bow ready for him.
Yeah,
so
you gotta
can
hate that each was short and long.
Yeah.
You have a medium bow.
Yeah, where's my regular bow?
Oh, hey, it's a Steel Lance Armor Knight. Finally, an enemy that Hector can hit.
There's a couple. It's not many, but now I've got a fresh new Armor Slayer.
Oh, that's true. You did just get that. Oh, very nice. You probably want to choke this down point as well. I always found this chapter really difficult when I'm playing hard mode back when I was like newer to it because the unwanted enemies is overwhelming. If you fight in that open area and they all just come to you and you just don't have the action economy to clean them up and choke the points anymore, so you have to be so fast too.
Yeah, so we're choking.
Yes.
Lowen, unfortunately, has gotten hit enough times that he can't choke, and this green unit is here anyway.
He choked, so he can't choke anymore.
It's an accurate way of putting it.
I love the enemy AI moving first with one range enemies.
It's always
very smart.
It makes things easier, but then it's also like, well, now I can't kill them as quickly.
Yeah. I don't know how short on turns you'll be to kill them all, because I'm assuming the units that could just like round them all up in one enemy phase are not the ones you want to feed the kills to.
Yeah. And spoiler alert, I don't manage to kill them all. I do manage to kill most of them. But there are some on one part of the map, and we'll see that later, that I'm not able to get to before the time limit's up.
There are too many of them. Thank God for Short Spear making it so that Isadora doesn't double, am I right?
Hey, she's gonna not be in this choke point in a minute, so...
Oh, that's interesting, because I don't see anyone else qualified to be in there in the rest of that group, unless maybe Barrier at Heath, or in this case Heath. Always feels kind of bad though, because he doesn't double, so he only gets to fight a couple enemies.
I need him to level speed quickly for the next chapter, so I need to get as much experience on him as I can this chapter.
That's fair. You did say he was one of the units who's going to promote.
Yep. And the strategy for the next chapter, which I also stole from Melf, is kind of reliant on your flyers having decent speed.
I mean, you still have Florina in your back pocket somewhere.
I do, yeah, and she's also super cracked.
Yeah, guys, we need a point choked. Where are you going? What are you doing?
Away.
Come back. Come back. You are needed. God, your Hector sucks.
He does.
This is very curious. I don't know what Heath is about to do here, but it doesn't look very reliable. Oh, I guess only one mage is going to get to attack him from range, and then it just gets choked. And the calves, they're not that much of a threat to him as long as you get the weapon triangle right. I think they have Lance Reavers.
I think that's right.
Because there's no...
And it's like the problem is, you know, finding the right weapon to use against them at which time, because there's also all those fighters coming in.
Yeah, if you're lucky, the fighters move first, and then he should be good with his Iron Lance. And since you moved everyone else away, I'm going to assume that's either the case where you just don't mind the fact that he doesn't do very well against the Lance Reaver cav.
No, I've got other plans.
Oh, okay, alright. I mean, Indian already moved, so I'm trying to see what this plan could possibly be.
Not for this turn.
Oh, okay, alright. Okay, I give up. Take your kill, Lucius. He is very easy to feed. He's not one-running, but he's so close that everyone else can set him up for it.
Now he might be one. I don't know. I love Lucius though. He's one of my favorite units, and normally I would have wanted to promote him in this run, but they couldn't spare a guiding ring.
I mean, he's a nice promotion target. He gets a lot of bulk for promotion for some reason, which still doesn't save him from getting two shot, but I appreciate the attempt.
Yeah. No, just for some reason I just really like light magic users, even though it's, you know, kind of a shit weapon type.
For sure. I see you trying to build that Hector Elwood support. I see you. I think they already have B, don't they?
I don't remember. They never get A,
chapter.
But... Yeah, that's right. But they never do get A.
No bromance.
Also, this turn is fun.
I see Lucius and 4 monks. Or I see Canas and 4 monks. Oh, yeah, okay, those fighters are definitely fools, and we're grateful for it. They do move first.
Which gives Heath a chance to get additional experience prior to having to fight the enemies he's actually not as good against.
That is actually really good knowledge that these fighters move first. I wonder if that's like a map-wide thing, or just because of the order that they reinforced in.
I heard, and I'd have to double check, you probably would want to do some testing on this too, but one of the things that Melf pointed out in his playthrough, which honestly, when I first started watching your videos, I was surprised you didn't know this. Apparently in FE7, the order of enemy movement, if you click on the boss and start scrolling down, That's the order the enemies move in.
I see. Which should just be their unit order, and that means that reinforcements are at the bottom. But sometimes I think reinforcements might come at the top instead. I have to look into it for sure, because that seems interesting.
And apparently it's also not the same in FE6, but Melf couldn't figure out what the pattern was there. Anyway, yeah, this is Canas at 2 HP
no.
doing this.
My waifu, no. Oh, no damage, thank god.
Yep.
And they blocked the archer, very nice.
1 damage.
Oh no.
He's fine now, no one else can attack him.
Gotta get those death level ups. Rip Wrath's units. I think they're all dead now. You killed all of Wrath's unit.
Good riddance.
All you have now is Wrath the unit.
Wrath the unit, yeah.
I could swear some of these NPC knights like to move without having anyone in range, but maybe that's only if they have already been activated?
I don't know.
Well, here's the Nini's Grace, 1 turn later. Hopefully Nini is rescued out of there, or else she's gonna get maged and he doesn't get any base XP for rest. But then again, 1 range moves first, as long as he's 1 round, so it should be okay. But he doesn't 1 round, unless it's a fighter. But there's a fighter, so it gets at least 1. Nice level of Wrath.
I liked listening to you go through that whole thought process there.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe Isadora could rescue and then the gold could drop, but clearly that is not the plan you had.
It probably would have been a smarter plan.
I don't know about that. I think you have other plans. Who just took the gem and the silver card? Was it Isadora or was it Marcus who both took them? Or was it like
I think it was Marcus who took them. He's gonna go to the secret shop.
Yeah, I thought it might be the higher move unit, but I wasn't sure.
No, not Marcus. Legault is the one going to the secret shop.
Okay. In that case, I'm confuzzled. Not entirely. I think
Legault just doesn't have anything else to do, and he's got a few turns to get up there.
This might be a wrong memory of mine, but I think if you check the description for the member card, it's like if a thief holding this gets on a suspicious tile, question mark, which kind of indicates that thieves will be the only ones to get into secret shops, but obviously that's not the case.
Interesting. I never checked the descriptions of anything, so I never saw that. But it would line up with some of the other odd translations that go into this game.
Yeah. Alright, can someone like send a medic to Canas? He's not okay.
Unfortunately, no. But we can choke point below him.
Yeah, and we know this monk does 0 damage, so this should be safe. Oh, I guess Elowood needs to murder him too. That worked, because Elowood needs the XP still.
Yeah, it's not that he's getting very much of it.
Yeah, at this point I would be very afraid, because this has to be their best opportunity to get the experience. After this is Live in Legend with his like minus 15 deployment slots, and they're not as many great enemies to kill.
They're gonna suck? Yeah, no, so they actually do have to meet the requirements on this map.
Oh, really? Damn. Because otherwise it'd be like Genesis, which is such an awful chapter for them.
Eliwood with the silver sword is actually not awful if you've got some decent levels on him, but I didn't want to do that.
That's true. Your Eliwood would be fine. The issue would be that he cannot counter mages, and he doesn't... Right. He probably wouldn't double sages or anyone, really.
Yeah, there's a lot of issues there. So I tried to just get Eliwood and Lynn finished up. Yeah, multiple near-death experiences
Hector, please. I must kill the enemy. It's like that comic from Awkward Zombie, I think is the one it was from. Where it's like, Hector, stop maiming your enemies. You're exposing yourself to more enemy fire. I can't. He's just holding an enemy in a chokehold. I think Lucius was also at risk of death here, but the Ballista decided to try and kill Hector instead. Big mistake.
Yeah, actually, now that you mention that, it's interesting. I guess because Hector was lower health.
Yeah, I think they'd look at how much HP you have remaining, / if they can kill you. I think they could honestly have killed either Lucius or Hector, and then Hector's less a void, so maybe that's why I went for Hector.
Yeah, possibly. So now we're finally going to heal him up. Lucius, though, needs to wait, because I only have 1 healer. Yeah. This is a map where it might have been smarter to bring 2 healers, but I didn't feel like I could spare it.
Or you could use a vulnerary.
Yeah, no.
Nope. No. No vulneraries.
I got into a mindset of not using them because healing is better, and that just turned into, like, actual bad strategies as a result.
No vuln allowed.
Not because of hoarding, even. Just because of, like, healing is better. Or using heal staves, I mean.
I feel like you have enough heal targets to where that doesn't really matter here at this point.
Exactly. So it's like, but I just got into that mindset early on, and it's, like, actually difficult to break it at this point.
It says 7 out of 11 turns. There's not enough targets for Priscilla, even if you dance her every turn. Come on.
I know. Alright, so here is our support for Heath.
It's one Wrath. You brought one Wrath.
I sure did.
They both want.
He's actually not bad to hang out over here because he can double. Well, he got that speed level up. I don't know if he can double at base, but he can double the Wyverns, which are like the enemy type that Heath struggles most with dealing with.
I want to say actually weighs a bit for the Wyverns, but yeah, Heath is never doubling, so this is going to limit them to like 1 kill per turn between the two of them.
It's not great, but it's better than just Heath.
That's true. Most things.
Plus, we have Ninny in here, so.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. It helps a bit. It's unfortunate that choke point is made in such a way that you can't really have multiple people help support. There's like one tile where Wrath can attack, and then one tile where Ninny can dance sort of safely.
Yeah, it's not great.
Especially if you need this Grace instead. There's not even any fighters left here, so I don't know what he's doing.
But Heath is not on full HP anymore.
I guess. I mean, he's not dying anyway because of Disgrace, so I'm not sure. That
Well,
doesn't
no,
change the
I
aggro,
mean-
right?
No, I'm explaining that's why I used Disgrace.
Oh, okay. That does explain it. Can't Priscilla use Physic at this point? To like heal him or something?
She should be able to, yeah, it's a good point. I did buy them at Dragon's Gate.
Yeah, I mean, she did carry like Mend Heal Barrier plus the weapons for Isadora, so maybe there's just no space for it.
Maybe I just didn't think about it. Because I don't think about everything.
I think about it in terms of how do I get Sarah to reach things, but Priscilla, she has no issue doing that, so
Yeah.
why
so.
Physic with her? It is pretty funny how massive Priscilla's Physic range can be when promoted.
Yeah. I would have liked to promote her too. I love Valkyries as well. But again.
You seem to like
not
magic
enough
units.
space. I do like magic units, yes. This is true. I don't have any defense for it.
You don't need one. You're good. Okay, 11 speed on Heath. Damn, that's like almost as much as your Hector has.
Yeah.
That's not good. That's not good. I think if you don't promote Heath, it's so hard to hit speed benchmarks for anywhere in FE7 Hector hard mode. Even though enemies are slow, these needs have. I think it gets +2 from promoting. It's so huge.
Yeah, but again, my Heath is not promoting to level 20.
Yeah. So that's why we're working hard. And I think it gets weight down reaction reaver too, so if you want to double calves with Lance Reavers, it's even worse.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that go into holding this choke point that aren't great for Heath alone, or even just Heath and Wrath, but like I need a place where they can get uninterrupted experience feed, you know?
Fair enough. Is Lynn like done? Because she's pretty far back at this point.
I don't remember if she's done, but she's not going further. Well, the ballista's over there. So I think right now she's just staying out of ballista range.
Oh.
For maybe she got hit. I don't even know.
I'm sure she's not at full HP at the very least. But Heath, that's a Lance Reaver. What are you doing? You have a Lance.
Yeah. Well, he hit.
That's what counts. Cost less money this way.
Yeah, and I mean, it sets him up better for, I think, whoever's going to attack him next.
If you know that one is going to hit, you might as well keep with that. I think we broke his rapier like ages ago, but it doesn't seem to matter anymore. He just one-rounds with an iron sword anyway.
No, he's busted. It's great.
I know you said busted, but I heard it as blessed, and I was like, alright, that's a good... I think it's called like a contamination, where you combine two words in a weird way. Or like an expression.
Portmanteau, I think.
Yeah, that's the other one. I think that's a different thing. I think yours is correct, but I always confuse those two.
Fair. I don't know how to describe half of the things that I say in this language.
For a moment, I thought you were about to use the robe on Isadora.
No, I don't have the funds for that.
Going into items like that.
I think I'm just checking to make sure they have their correct weapons equipped.
Yeah, at least you can always fix it with trade if you're not the last to move. Alright, buying more keys, I see. Alright, makes sense.
You don't get any, so this is the only option. But yeah, I do also buy more physics.
I guess it's nice that you don't have to deploy the thieves anymore on checkers with chests. You can just use the chests.
Yeah, like, then I don't have to have a thief on Genesis. Then I don't have to have a thief on Value of Life. It makes things a lot easier. I'd recommend it to everyone.
Yeah, I love chest keys. It kind of sucks that they just invalidate thieves, and surely you'll have to fill the thieves a couple more times at least to get them levels.
Oh, and there's still stuff to steal, of course. So yes.
True.
I dislike it more in FE6, where the chest keys can be bought in Chapter 7.
At least in that game, the lockpicks have 30 uses and they're so easy to steal.
That too. That is true.
Does it just feels like the thieves just have more purpose in FE6? I think the game just has more chests as well. Makes them feel more valid.
I don't know, I prefer the way things are set up in this game, where there's, like, more to steal, it starts earlier, and it seems reasonable to bring thieves on maps where there's stuff to steal, unlike, I don't know, just bring a thief to steal the guiding ring from Bronya.
Gotta get Zephiel's Night Crest, or whatever it is, Hero Crest.
Which, Hero. And I do steal all of those in my ranked run, but
Of course.
doesn't make it a good thing that they're there.
Hey, I also steal Zephiel's Hero Crest. It's needed to promote Corel.
I was gonna say, is that why?
Yes, that's the only reason to get it. Actually,
That's pretty funny.
Murdoch's Night Crest can be sold for boots money.
True.
You just need to get a thief all the way over there. And then...
I did also steal that, but I'm not buying boots or any stat boosters.
And then you gotta combo it and sell it. It's so difficult. Yeah, you're near Euban's, which, I mean, makes sense. It's turn 10, next turn's turn 11. It looks like most people are too far away to attack, though, because of all the... Oh, never mind, he moves, F4. Let's go.
He moves, yeah.
Nice.
And so I need to lure him. It sucks that he's in a forest, but I don't think he can not be in a forest if you trigger him.
Yeah, especially
like, if you go up to him, it's different.
Yeah, he also will try to attack from a forest if he can, so good luck trying to get
Obviously.
out of there. I guess, like, if there's a tile that he can attack from that's not a forest, and you put, like, a really vulnerable unit, there's a chance he'll go for that. And you did kill the Ballista, so you could do that.
Yeah, this terrain is just not favorable for fighting him in.
Yeah, it's funny because it's supposed to hurt him, kind of, because he's a paladin, so he takes more train penalties than most other classes. But then it just hurts you because it limits how you can approach him.
Yeah. Another strength speed level up in Wrath is always appreciated.
Yeah. I think he has roughly 50% in both, if not exactly 50, so that's not that unlikely, but it's really nice. He forgot to get speed.
It's alright. 2 speed level ups is pretty much all I need.
Okay.
So we're good there. He also got more levels than I was expecting. I wrote down to get him to level 10, but he actually made it to level 11.
Oh, nice.
Which I am kind of impressed about. Because sometimes I'd struggle really hard getting him to level 10.
Shouts to the spear, having a random 5% crit, so your Hector can just get melted here. So can anyone
That
else
could have
attack?
moved Dollywood if I cared. Does that give crit avoid?
Yes, you're right. It does. I think it gives full crit avoid. Thunder Anima. Oh, Canas with another risky kill. Didn't even use Luna.
Didn't need to.
We're gonna hit anyway.
So let's see where he's at.
17! Alright, nice. Next chapter is really easy to get kills on Canas, so we should be able to hit 20 soon.
Yeah, so he needs 3 levels next chapter.
That is still a lot, considering his XP gain is slowed down. The enemies in the desert chapter are not that high level.
Exactly.
But also Canas good.
Canas good.
Looking forward to him slaughtering more enemies than Pent in Living Legends.
Heck yeah.
Heck yeah. We'll see you next time for the desert. Bye!
Bye!